This video will show you how to use Ricos Single Nacho Cheese Dispenser, RIC 1909, or RIC 1909EXP, and also the Ricos Dual Dispenser, also known as the RIC 5301. This single machine can dispense Ricos cheese sauce, and this dual machine can be used to dispense Ricos bag-in-box, chili, and cheese sauces, or to use both sides for Ricos bag-in-box cheese sauces. First, please note that this equipment is designed and sold for commercial use only. Only personnel trained and or experienced in the operation of this type of equipment may use this equipment. Be sure this machine is properly grounded to prevent electrical shock to the user. First, unpack your dispenser and check for any damage and file any claims immediately with your transportation company and machine supplier. For the single dispenser, the voltage for the warmer is 120 volt, 60 volt, single phase, and the dispenser will draw a maximum of 2.0 amps. The 1909EXP is 230 volts. For the dual dispenser, the voltage for the warmer is still 120 volt, 60 volt single phase, but the dispenser will draw a maximum of 6.3 amps. The 5301EXP is 230 volts. Please make sure your electrician furnishes sufficient current, preferably on a line by itself. First, plug the power cord into the outlet. Then, preheat the unit for approximately 1 hour. Ensure the cheese and chili reaches a temperature between 140 and 155 degrees Fahrenheit before you begin dispensing. While the single machine has portion control, the dual machine does not. Let's first set up the single unit with the portion control. The equipment is set with preset dispensing volumes, manual, small, or large. The amount dispensed is measured in seconds. You can manually dispense the Ricos cheese like this using the bottom orange button. If you want to change the amount dispensed for small or large, simply change the number of seconds that the cheese is dispensed. It is simple as removing the back plate with a screwdriver and adjusting switches on a panel. Unplug the warmer and remove the back panel with its 6 screws. You will see the circuit board here and 3 switch banks. This left bank controls the orange button, this middle bank controls the red button, and this right bank controls the yellow button. One bank at a time, push the switches down to the on position according to how long you want the cheese to be dispensed. You can use this handy chart, also available in your user manual, as a guide. And if you just want the manual dispensing, just pull all switches in the off or up position like this. To change the dispensing temperature, locate the 140 to 155 degree control in the center of the circuit board, located here, in the bottom of the machine. Rotate the control to the right to increase the temperature, or to the left to decrease the temperature. When you are finished adjusting the dispensed quantities, replace the back panel, being careful not to over-tighten the screws. The dual machine has a manual setting only. Product will dispense as long as this button is pushed and will stop whenever the button is released. Take your bag of Ricos cheese and remove the cap. Hold the bag by the spout upright to install the new tube, making sure the tube is securely seated in the bag, and be careful to avoid any potential piercing of the pouch while piercing the bag seal. Open the dispenser door by pulling on the left side, and open the tube clamp by rotating it to the left. Remove the top tray from the dispenser. Place the bag of Ricos cheese on the rack with the spout and tube facing toward the front and downward through the opening. Make sure to line up the bag spout in the middle of the opening of the dispenser resting plates so that the tube is not pulling on it sideways while dispensing. Now, guide the tube through the pump slot from the top to bottom. You can now close the clamp by turning the knob to the right. Make sure that you place the tube around the rotating wheel, or rotor, by making sure it is wrapped around the middle of the rotor once the clamp is closed, to avoid any part of the tube being pinched by the clamp. Place the top tray back in place. When secured, close the door. Please note that the machine will not operate if the door is left open. Open the dispenser door by pulling on the left side. Take your bag of Ricos chili sauce and remove the cap. Install the new tube, making sure it's securely seated in the bag. Place the bag of chili on the side that indicates chili. Open the tube clamp by rotating it to the left. Rack like this with the spout and tube facing towards the front and downward through the opening. Now, guide the tube through the pump slot from top to bottom like this. You can now close the tube clamp by turning the knob to the right. Take your bag of Ricos cheese and remove the cap. Install the new tube, making sure it's securely seated in the bag. Place the bag of Ricos cheese on the side that indicates cheese, the spout and tube facing towards the front and downward through the opening. Guide the tube through the pump slot from top to bottom. You can now close the tube clamp by turning the knob to the left. When secured, close the door. Please note that the machine will not operate if the door is left open. If there is product left in the bag at the end of the day, it must either be kept in the dispenser with the power on for no longer than 5 days. Please keep in mind that our products are aseptically produced and therefore do not need to be refrigerated. However, once the bag seal is broken, the product must be kept heated in the dispenser above 140 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 degrees Celsius. Open the door and open the tube clamp. Remove the tubing, pulling from the bottom up. Remove the empty bag and tube from the dispenser and dispose of responsibly. Please take extra care as the surfaces of the dispenser are extremely hot. If you are finished using the dispenser for the day, disconnect the power, setting the power switch to off. The plastic exterior of the cheese or chili dispenser is easy to keep clean. To clean the dispenser, turn the power switch to off and unplug the machine. After the unit cools down, usually with a damp cloth, you can remove any dirt and/or grease spots. Be sure not to use abrasive cleaners to avoid scratching the dispenser's finish. Please refer to the user manual for additional information.